What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Johnny, back here with another video. And today we out in New Orleans, man. Shout out Cash Money, No Limit, R.I.P. Lil Snoop, Soldier Slim, all that good stuff. I always say Cash Money and No Limit raised me. But there's a downside with being raised by culture, and that's something we're gonna have to discuss in this video. There's your first time to the channel. Welcome. Get yourself on in here now. You know, the goal is to reach 1,000,000 subs, but if we can reach 100 mil and start 100 million thought-provoking conversations, man, I really think we kill the narratives in the world today. We just spirits encased in human flesh trying to figure out this thing called life. We're not nearly as divided as TV will want you to think. So if you like what you hear in the video, please share this thing far and wide. Now we're going to get into the carjackings that are going on in New Orleans.
What your data shows is most of the carjackings are committed by juvenile offenders.
In case after case, we've seen how juveniles have been fueling the city's spike in carjackings. In our series Wrong Turn, we even heard one juvenile offender explain how impulse and peer pressure are driving kids to participate.
Now, investigative reporter Mike Pearlstein has compiled the hard statistics to back up those assumptions, along with where carjackers are most likely to strike.
We've seen the alarming videos. We've heard from frustrated victims. Now, through NOPD carjacking data compiled through a public records request, we have a much clearer picture of who's stealing the cars and where. The statistics for 2021, a record for carjackings, show that juvenile suspects arrested outnumber adults by more than 2 to 1, and about 2/3 of the stolen vehicles are quickly recovered.
What that suggests is
that kids are young and stupid. They don't think long term. If you've read the book Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, he talks about the hypnotic rhythm and how young kids get caught up in crime really easy because they see this shiny thing that they can grab and they never look down the street to see, oh, there's the police right there, we're going to get caught. And as I've said, man, our music is negative. Our social media feeds are negative. Most of these kids are coming from broken homes. Out of all my friends, I'm the only one that came from a 2-parent household. I remember being across the street with Booby and all them, and there was 50, 60 dudes in the front yard, and they would be about to go shoot some stuff up or go get into an altercation with another group of men. And I would walk home. Not because I was scared. Well, I probably was. But also I had my mom and my dad, man. My parents didn't play that stuff. Anytime I was outside, my parents were always checking on me. And I always say the most violence, the carjackings, the homicides, the teen pregnancies, most of them come from single-parent households, which is unfortunate because as kids, we don't know what we're doing. We just living. And you need positive role models. But if the movies make carjackings okay, if the rappers talk about carjackings, I mean, you can go to YG's first album, and he got a song talk about breaking their houses and the best way to do it. So we just need better influences because kids don't understand the difference between art and reality, unfortunately.
Is that the motive was not to sell the car or bring it to a chop shop,
joyride,
and salvage parts from it. It's transportation.
That transportation, says Rafael Goyeneche of the Metropolitan Crime Commission, often carries young offenders to their next crime.
And when either the car gets too hot or it runs out of gas,
dropping
they
another
leave
one,
the car and they steal and carjack another car.
Yep. It tells you that they don't have a game plan for profiting off of what they're doing.
The highest number of carjackings by a wide margin were here in eastern New Orleans.
But what kids do have a game plan? We've all been kids. I wasn't thinking about the consequences of my actions when I was sleeping with girls as a teenager or doing dumb stuff. I don't know one teenager that thinks long term, and that's why I say, man, real privilege is having a mother and a father. Because if you're coming from a single parent household and you don't have any contact with your father or any positive male figures, unfortunately, man, you're destined for a hard road in life, unfortunately.
New Orleans, the 7th Police District. The East was hit 74 times last year, and at the other end of the spectrum, the fewest, 8, happened in Algiers, followed by the 8th District, the French Quarter and CBD, with 14. Citywide, the solve rate was 43%. Car recoveries are much higher, more than 90% in the 2nd and 3rd districts. The age of the offenders leads suno-criminologist John Penny to believe that the solution has to include families as much as it does the criminal justice system.
You know, one thing they're not going to talk about in this video, they're not going to talk about race because they don't want to come off racist. But we know the young boys that's doing this. We see these videos. We see who putting guns in the air. You cannot have equal rights without equal responsibilities. And I don't know why so many people are clearly scared to call this for what it is. And it's not because these young boys are black that they're doing this. It's because the hypnotic rhythm and the media and the environment. All of this can be changed really easy. I come from the hood. I just got done talking to a bunch of kids in juvenile detention centers. They don't want to be bad children. They don't want to make bad choices. But who is there to give them the alternative? Every dumb thing they do, the minute they go sit in the jail, they say, it's because you're black and white supremacy has you in this position. No one ever gives these boys accountability, and that's all they want. They want to feel like they're in charge of their life. And the more you tell them they're not in charge, the more they're going to make reckless decisions.
It just begs us to look at what is going on in the family structure that we have in the city.
A tough task, but the path to saving a kid goes through the family. Mike Pearlstein, Eyewitness News.
The path to saving a kid goes through the family. The path, the black woman is the backbone of the community. There is no black man unless he's dead in the street or he's wearing a dress. Until we acknowledge strong black leaders, our community, and I don't even like saying our community because those terms sound dumb to me if I'm just being G. I ain't from New Orleans. I don't know them kids. My kids are safe. They won't be in trouble because I'm raising them. The same way I wasn't in trouble because my daddy raised me. But this community concept has been thrown at us. I even get caught up in speaking about it sometimes, but that's not real. America is a community. Every single person living in America, man, you can go out and you can be the change you wish to see in this world. Those kids don't need black men to mentor them. They just need men in general. I worked at an all-white private school. Them kids didn't give a damn that I was black. I was a man that they could talk to and they could laugh with. And what I really learned from working at a school is that most parents don't talk to their children. Half these kids would make these bad choices if they had somebody to sit down and talk with. But most adults are dictators and they don't listen. Listen to these kids. They crying out for help. All these carjackings and these terrible decisions, these are cries for attention. These are pleas. And the more you tell them, oh, it ain't your fault, it's white supremacy, they're going to keep making bad choices and say, well, it's because I was black. And these white people did this to me. And my family was oppressed for 400 years. Nah. My daddy wouldn't have took that excuse. My grandpa wouldn't have took that excuse. And we need more men to hold these young boys accountable. They all can be greatness. We all have genius inside of us until your environment strips it from you. So I just wanted to sprinkle a little game out there to my young individuals, men or women, 25 or below. You have unlimited potential. Don't get caught up in this street life, trapping, selling drugs, robbing, carjacking. Everything ain't as sweet as it seems. And what's sweet in the mouth can soon turn sour in the belly. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, we out. Peace.